Right now I am inside my parents' house, inside my brother's room, and something just recently happened to my parents' house. It was very shocking to us. We did not really expect it at all. So this area is where the fire started, and it was full of books of my brother, his books from school. And my father told me when he got home that the door was open. My brother Kian must have forgot to close it, and we just really don't know what really happened. And this is where the fire all started, in this area down there. And the smoke made the ceiling very very dark, as you can see. And if my father got there late, then it must have burned down their house already. Luckily he got there on time. So really, we really don't know what really happened. It's just that very impossible that the fire started on its own. I just really hope that it was accident and not intentional. We just really don't know what happened. And also my father told me that when he got home, when he tried to stop the fire, there was nothing charging. It was all the socket. There was nothing in there. It was all empty. So my hand is also very 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 dark from the smoke. And it's also kind of clean in this area because my father tried to clean it already because he was just panicking and he had no idea what to do. Trying to accuse someone. If you can see, this is already in our previous video in which we vlogged the entire house. The color of the, what do you call this, it was all white, but as you can see now, look, even up there it's dark. Someone, look, someone, there was just really no one inside the house, so we can't really assume. But as you can see, there's a lot of people who hates my parents. I don't know why, who probably jealous of my parents. But I cannot say that really. It could be an accident, and it could be that someone intentionally really set a fire here. Because what they call is, the door was open. When my father got here, luckily it didn't spread to the entire house. That would have been a nightmare. I don't know, guys, if someone really did it on purpose or what. I am just really sad because this is my brother Kian's room. It's all dirty and very very dirty from the fire. So unfortunately the smoke also get here. Even this light, look, it's dark. Even here, and the floor is wet. It was my father who was trying to save the house. I'm just really sad to my father because as you all know, a lot of really people hate my parents, or probably kind of like jealous. And my father just told me that he really wanted to cry because of what happened to the room of my brother. But he said that he doesn't want to assume that someone really did intentionally set on a fire to my brother's room. But it was really also very impossible because it was just all books of my brother, and there was really no one inside the room, inside the house. My father went to the city to look for an area where he can sell some peaches, fruit or whatever, or meat. And when he arrived home, it was the house was already when he got in here, he was wondering why is it that it was all like there was smoke coming out from this room. And that's when he saw here where the fire started. It was just all books. And guys, the what do you call this, there was nothing in here. nothing charging. So my father just told me not to assume that someone intentionally did it, because even though he's sad, he's trying to be positive, and I felt bad for my father because he's really a kind man. He's really kind and very generous. I just don't know. I don't also want to assume, but it was very impossible that the fire just started on its own. I don't know. I felt bad for my father. I just got home from my parents, and I just really felt bad for them because ever since I got married, they had been like experiencing a lot of misfortune. Not that we haven't been experienced that before, but lately, I don't know, there's just really a lot of things going on. And earlier it happened, we're really not blaming anyone, because we're not even sure if it was an accident or someone really did it on purpose. But ever since I got married, a lot of things happened to my parents. One of it is that, I would say no, long before that, but anyway, when my father's friend started to entrust him to their property, which is a coconut, and when my father started to do vegetation, but before he could even harvest the fruit of his labor, it's already too late because most of it is already gone because it was all stolen. There's still like some of it left, but most of it were like stolen. Remember when I told you guys before, like my father's cow was stabbed? That's why they had no choice, because they tried to heal it, but it wasn't healing at all. So they had no choice but just to kill the cow out of mercy. And also my father's horse, it was killed, including the mother and the baby horse. The two of them, they were both killed. And also my father's chicken that he raised on the mountain, a lot of his chicken was like stolen. And then, not to mention the cows, the goat that my father raised for like 3 years, and it was all killed by wild dogs. There's just really a lot of misfortunes that going on, so I just really felt bad for them. I just hope that everything's going to be okay. I know everything will be okay. I really believe that the end of the day, everything will be okay. Tomorrow I'm going to go to my parents. I'm going to help them clean. We're also going to hire someone to help us clean my parents' house, because right now it's just a mess. There was my mom actually called a what they call this, a firefighters, and they were undergoing investigation on my parents' house this afternoon, and they think that it was an accident because there was no forced entry or something like that. And I don't know, guys, it's just I'm not really sure if I believe that. I'm not saying that I'm blaming someone. In fact, we're not blaming anyone. We just couldn't believe that it really happened. But at the same time, we're also all relieved that nothing happened. Something happened, but at least it didn't burn down my friend's house. And my father was still very lucky because he got there before it burned down their entire house. So tomorrow we're going to see, because I'm going to help my parents clean the house tomorrow, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when it has light. Because what I filmed earlier was kind of dark. Going to go there again tomorrow. What my father told me about the incident yesterday was that he was the one who got home first. And he said when he got there, the house was already full of smoke. That's very understandable why their ceiling is dark. And he got there at like 3 in the afternoon. We just really hope that all of it was just an accident and not intentional, because even us cannot answer it. I even asked my brother if he left something charging at home, and he told me that he did not. And also, before my mom left the house, she checked if there was any charging, because my mom, guys, she's just really cautious, and she always makes sure that nothing is charging. That's the kind of person my mom is. And yeah, they were just we were all wondering because there was nothing charging, and how is it that the fire started on its own, right? But really, we're not assuming, we're not suspecting anyone who did it on purpose. We just really couldn't answer how it happened. Let's try to imagine that someone really did it on purpose. I just really can't imagine that someone, let's just say, if it is someone who he really hates our family, who is jealous, I just really can't imagine that someone would go to that extent just to make us feel miserable. I just really can't imagine, guys, like someone would go to that extent. The thought of it is just very horrifying. I just couldn't imagine it, right? So yeah, I just don't know. I guess we're just going to paint my father's house again. And I already talked to Hannah about that. We're going to help painting my parents' house. So it has been 3 days since the incident happened. And this morning, I was just very startled because someone started knocking our room very hard. And I was wondering who it was. I thought that it was Tim. But I was wondering, why would Tim be here? Because right now, Tim is not here. He's in Northern Samar. He's surfing. And he'll be back soon. But yeah, I was wondering, why is it that someone was knocking our room very hard? And when I opened the door, it was my mom. My mom was telling me that she told me that she tried to call me last night, but unfortunately so when I checked my phone, my mom actually called me, and she also sent me a message, but I was already sleeping that time. And she was just telling me that my father, last night, like 1 in the morning, my father fainted, and he was also having a hard time breathing. My father was still not able to accept what happened to their house, and he was just very problematic about what happened. So right now, my mom and my father is at my grandma's house from my mom's side. So they're staying there right now because my father really needs someone to talk to, and my father is very close to my mom's side. So they're staying there right now, and we just hired someone to clean my parents' house. Thank you everyone for watching this vlog till the very end. Always remember that you are responsible for your every actions that you make in your life. Please don't forget to pray and always take care. See you to my next vlog.